ahead, I say you go for bottle, so you can just keep raising out and keep trading harass. But if you're behind and it might come down to a man fight, Magic Stick will be pretty useful, especially since you're very limited in the gold that you have to use.
Ferrari just being very aggressive with the extra regen he has. Popped a salve just for a couple hundred HP just so he can trade hits, and he's gonna spam that C-Raise at Mushi from afar and try and bully him a little bit, but Mushi is...
Again, the creep wave is like right where Mushi wants it to be.
Passively farming. He's got his bottle coming out already, and the 2-minute rune did spawn bottom. It's going to be a regeneration rune, but I don't think Mushi is that interested in going all the way down there to get it, unless...
But if he gets that and then he gets boots, he can have the upper hand for at least the next 5 minutes, I'd say, because he's just not at risk of dying, and then he can always trade or harass. He has boots, so he can bounce out whatever he wants to, and then just regen up and force Ferrari to suffer heavy damage economically.
They're even on souls. Max out at 16. Ferrari now gets his 17th as he hits level 4, and we'll see Mushi only 3 CS ahead, so he had a much bigger lead earlier on.
But he's going to get the regen.
Okay, so no boots just yet, but he actually goes Magic Stick instead for now, so... thing to take a note of is Ferrari already sitting on 2 Magic Stick charges, so if you ever do go in for the kills, how many Magic Stick charges you have can make a bit of a difference there. Alrighty.
And Mushi is a little bit behind in terms of experience, just a tad bit though, and level 7 is really important in this matchup. I'd say level 9 is fairly important too, because if you man fight, the -3 armor makes a very big difference. Or if you want to go for Requiem with a lucky invis.
When you said level 9, I'm thinking, yeah, those YOLO Requiem of Souls is where it's at, but I think that was the famous FY versus CTY SF versus SF that went like 30 minutes, won by a clutch Requiem of Souls.
That spell's really good.
We'll see right now, 17 and 11 for Ferrari, 19 CS, 7 denies for Mushi. So.
Oh, Ferrari actually committing to the rune. He doesn't have eyes on either rune, but will just commit to the bottom, and he will guess correctly. He will get an invis, and Mushi will have eyes on it. Mushi using his regen to try and tank a lot of the mid tower, but I do not think it's going to go down to a tower death. It rarely does in this sort of 1v1 format.
If your tower does get low enough, you just man up and have to fight him. So it's, I guess maybe you try and force your opponents into a bad spot by doing tower damage. But especially considering there's bottle crow allowed, once you hit level 7, you can double race and the creep wave's instantly dead. So to push a tower is a big ask.
It's gotten to that point where raises will dominate the creep waves, and we'll rarely see Shadow Fiends in range of each other actually to hit. But Ferrari will pop his invis. Let's see if Mushi is scared at all of this. If he gets the close range rage, okay, Mushi is scared. Yeah, as he should be.
Yeah, I think he knew there was an invis rune, and with that, he'll play back, and that gets Ferrari a couple of free last hits, and also denies here. So you can talk about just racing down creep waves. Normally, you don't see too many denies after like the first 5-6 minutes because of the max out raises. But he's a man up, and actually Ferrari taking hefty damage here. Has a salve, and Mushi salveless on the Radiant side, so he's gonna have to bottle crow or bring himself out some more regen. And
Ferrari opting for the observer wards again. The only problem I have with Ferrari's observer wards is they overlap so much distance. Like this whole entire area is overlapped and double covered by the observer wards. I would have much liked him to see it placed over here, down the opposite side of the Radiant River, but at the same time he didn't really have a good opportunity to do so, and he will have control of the rune, so immediate payoffs.
It does, I guess the 2 main objective is A, see runes, and B, see the high ground across the ramp. So, end of the day, there's overlap, but he achieves his 2 objectives with the runes.
Yes, he does.
So, Mushi forced to bottle crow, and we'll see himself bring out a Belt of Giant Strength and some Observer Wards of his own. Last game he went for the Sentries, which I don't know how much I agree with the Sentry Wards. Oh, sorry, that was game 1 with the Pucks, but I like just getting your own Observer Wards up so you can see the runes yourself and know if your opponent gets a game-breaking rune.
And here we will see the builds start to differ. Brown boots and then Wraithband and Magic Stick and Bottle are all standard. After this is where some people get Treads, some people get Phase to try and kite with Shadow Fiend, some people go Tranquils and Aquila for mass armor, some people go Mech.
I like the mech build. I've seen the mech build do really well in the
mech build is really strong in Shadow Fiend versus Shadow Fiend. You really do need the armor.
Things stand here, dead even more or less on CS, 32 CS to 31 right now, and Mushi already starting to tank up with the Belt of Giant Strength as Ferrari. His treads not even, he's got the boots but nothing beyond that, so.
Treads is just so good for man fighting. the attack speed that you get from it is incredible in terms of how
Mushi's
much.
actually ahead by like 220 net worth. That's a decent lead as far as net worth is concerned, even though the CS is not in his favor. All that salvage coming out from Ferrari is going to put him behind by a little bit.
Yep, but still, he hasn't died. So that's good.
Mushi actually going to bring some salve of his own. This just means he can actually tank like 2 raises of harass and then still come out on top. But he's going to get his wave pushed into his tower. Ferrari can do some good tower damage here. He can't contest the rune. He's got an illusion there, which Mushi is going to raise down, but...
Oh, and the rune doesn't spawn there. That's a big loss for Mushi.
Yeah, Ferrari's not even going for the rune. He's going to fight Mushi. Mushi's going to get zoned out, and Ferrari can get the rune.
Mushi doesn't have boots.
Tower damage. This could be game over. He's got Wand, he's got Salve, he's going to maybe salve on the high ground. Is there going to be raise? He's going to hide fog him, turns around, he jukes it, Mushi can get out of there, but he's still got no boots. Has a Wand, he's going to turn and raise, double raise. What raise is there? Oh, he misses one, gets him in the end. Ferrari 430 wins the SF versus SF Adelaide. Brown boots coming into play.
Yeah.
What was that crew? The crew was sitting mid. Didn't have boots on it though.
Fiend has hit belt of strength. I think he actually should just stand his ground at that point, because if not, he's gonna either take the long way around and lose on a lot of money, or he's just gonna die like that. Yeah. So I think if you get belt of giants, you have to hold your ground. If you get boots, then you can get more options.
He had the salve as well, so he had the option to heal up after that. Ferrari himself did not even have a salve. Mushi tried to actually salve between some last hits, it looks like.
But again, Mushi did like it with the had the 8-minute rune